Welcome, CityState 2 fans, to CityState 2 with Omnius Prime. CityState 2, a fun, developing city building game. Episode 8, I like big lots. Version 1.3.0C. So here I am in my latest city of Omni Getty Prime, my third city on the Omni test map. And I've got the city up to about 550,000 people right now, population. In the distance, you can see some ports and kind of a new layout. My basic overall layout pattern is the same, but what I've done is I've expanded distance between streets and avenues and stuff. So what I want to do first off is go ahead and show some of do some zoning and stuff, and how I go about measuring and stuff, my new system. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the clock now that I'm going to do some building. Let's take a quick look at my statistics. Park score 120 yesterday. In the previous B version, it was sitting at 1. My park score had been at 1 for quite a long time in the cities I was building, and Andy finally found the actual problem, which was something to do with arcologies. As you can see, I've got a traffic congestion of 29%. I discovered the joys of air taxis and how to use them correctly, and I will be relaying that information to you in a later segment as I go along in this this video. My economy is moving along here, doing really nice. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of different things going on here. My approval rating is, I've got 66% right-wing people. Oh wait, no, 38% right-wing, 62% left-wing. But look at the approval rating: 66 for the right-wing, 71 for the left-wing. So fairly close to pleasing everybody here. Let's take a look at the budget. Right now I have no dollar reserves, no printed money, of course. I'm actually making some money now, my cash flow, which is good. Things have been kind of going up and down and all around as Andy's been making some changes, but it's starting to get a little better now. If I come over here and take a look at my layers, I've got 94 score for security, 93 for health, and 85 for education. Let's take a quick gander at the traffic heat map. And yes, there's a few places where I have some red. Now it looks like what I want to do here is I'm going to lay in some roads. I think I'm going to do that off camera, because sometimes when you lay roads down, you create little problems, like two spaces from the intersection. You could end up having like the trees disappear. Also, bus stops or underground rail stations. So I've learned to be a little more careful about when I'm going to replace it, especially on camera. So yes, I do have, now these, like I said, these are tree-lined streets that I can turn into roads with increased capacity and kind of problem solved. Now here, these are just bright red. These are roads. These are residential, and I'm not going to worry about it. They've got so many different ways to get to work. And I found that, yes, the highways do carry some traffic, at least visually. You can see some traffic. Still not quite sure as to how much traffic they lay out. Now, as you can see, I've created an intersection here, but here's a new feature. I asked Andy if he could make a highway connector that connects highways to avenues. Before it only did roads, and then and like in this current version, he finally made it so that we can connect highways to avenues, which I've learned is really that's awesome. So Andy does listen to the suggestions, and it's a good thing that he's got a lot of people helping him. So now, what I want to do is let's get down here and show you a little trick on measuring. I always like these tree-lined streets. So I'm just going to come out here, about this far. Now, I learned that I can use this farming tool, okay, to measure distances. So now, it used to be that I would go 64. Now I go 70. Whoopsie, 70 right there. Now, how do I place my finger over this last red space. Now when I come up here, I'll grab the road, the avenue or road, if I'm going to do that. And now I'll go ahead and place a marker there and make sure that, yes, it goes 70. Now, if you notice right here, the first space is 4. All spaces afterwards are 2. Okay? So, 70 cost, if I subtract 2, that gives me 68. Divided by 2 gives me 34. So I have 34 spaces in between avenues now, instead of what was it, 16, something like that. Now let's go ahead and measure out the next one, just for grins. Whoops, there we go. So then I place my finger over that last dot, very carefully come up here, make the intersection, measure to double check, and voila. Now I didn't really need to do that, but I wanted to show you my little trick with measuring. And of course, I mean, I could have just done this the easy way and just dropped it in like that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to finish. Okay, hold on a second. Before I finish everything, what I want to do is, whoopsie, just stop right there. Okay, now I like to call what I just built here, these 4, each one of these little ones here, I call a quadrant. Okay, so there's 4 quadrants in what I call a block. Okay, and now what I've learned to do is mix residential and business all together in the same block. Makes it a little, some, you know, can actually walk to work, but as buildings level up and replace each other and stuff, then in business or residential, things kind of change. So now what I'm going to do is come back here and let's just run it up to here. Now, one other thing that I wanted to show you is I did a transition here. Let's see. Yep, I transitioned right here. Okay. So now, one of the things that I noticed when I did the avenue connector to, you know, highway to avenue connector was that, whoops, it kind of messes up my rail line a bit. But I discovered that I could just build around the on-ramp, off-ramp area. I also discovered that instead of running my rail line along the top of this avenue, I could run it along the highway here. So that what it did was it kind of fit in real nice. It allowed me to zone these buildings here along this avenue, normally where it would be carrying rail track. See how I got the thing there for the rail track? Now, what I like to do is for connecting the rail above ground to below ground. Now what I'm going to do is just come out here 50 so that I end my rail track right here with the station. Now I can put one of these connectors in. Boom. See how it ends nice and flush here. What it does, creates a little track here, and what I'm going to do is run it across the street, and now I'm going to run an underground rail up to like here, okay? And I'd have to do the same thing here, is just grab this, run it out to the end of the road, and now the connector always connects up to the end space. And then you just come in here. I happen to have set this up on the bottom. Yeah, let's just come out here a little bit. And I'm going to be coming out here because there's going to be a highway crossing there. So that's how I do, well, I got one more of these to do. Boink. There we go. And come across here. So that will take care of, oh yeah, I'll wait until I put streets and stuff in here. Now, because of mining underground resources, you see, you got this underground resources. As you can see, I've already done my prospecting. Okay. So right here in these 4 quadrants, I want to plan on building 2 residential and 2 commercial. I think I'm going to set that up. So now what I'm trying to do is figure out, do I have any 123, 40, okay, 107, 116. So okay, looks like I've got maybe a gas field right here that I can do, okay? And everything else here, what I found is this looks pretty bright, but it's only going to be about 64. Okay, and nothing in here, 26, not worth playing with. Now when I get down here, 177, oh yeah, I'm going to be, when I build here, this looks like it's going to be industrial, and probably more industrial, okay? So you can see, yeah, there's some nice numbers there into the 150s. Ooh, 265, oh yeah, that's going to be some mining. So what I've decided is that I like to run roads for residential. Now here you notice that I've got a rail line running along this avenue, okay? So this is one of the downsides of above ground rail. But in this, basically as a test city and testing a new layout concept with the distances, is that, I wanted to do a section with the rail so that I see, okay, what can I do with rail and without rail? And now what I'm going to do is, like I said, 10 between avenue and exits. Now Andy's got a new road tool here. And if you notice, the lines are quite a bit different. Oh, I love this. So now, each one of these, so like right now, I am 4 away from the bottom avenue right here. That's that first line. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice how that second line is now right at the top of the avenue. So that's 8. Come out 9, 10. You notice how now, whoops, it's about 2 up from the bottom of the avenue. And the third line you can kind of see is just about 3/4 of the way into the avenue. Now, what I'm going to do is come in here and run up 660. I'm going to run up to 1 away from the avenue. Now, I'm going to do this, use the same spacing here. I'm going to create another road right here. Boom. Okay. Same thing here, since I'm going to do both sides equally. And since I have, see, now if I didn't have that track there, I would stop about right there. That track being, say, where the beginning of the buildings would be along the avenue, and then I would have that 1 extra space away. But since I'm not going to zone adjacent to the rail tracks, I'm just going to, so let's see, right there. So it gets, whoops, did I mess something up? Okay, right there we go. Sometimes it just takes a little while to get oriented visually. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to run streets across this way. Now here, as you can see, I'm going to stop, as you can see, 5 away. You can see down below the 600, you can see how I'm off by 1 there. Okay, now, here's something that it's a little bit of an annoyance. Oh, whoopsie. Now there's an interesting concept. Let's go this way. Okay, be that way. And sometimes, there we go, it gets to be a little touchy. Now, here you can see how it converted those 2 spaces to roads. Okay, not a big problem. Now, one of the other things that it did is, if you notice, look at those 2 spaces here where there's no trees, no trees. Like I said, sometimes when you create these intersections across the avenues, you're going to have some, you know, you're going to de-tree the corners. So you might have to re-tree them by putting the, you can see how there's no trees there. And now let's see how this is going to work for, and there's 5 away. Okay, and you notice on the left how it changed the road to tree line street for 2 spaces. Okay, let's try this again. Nope. Okay, let's just try from here. Okay, be that way. Nope. Let's change and try it again. There you go. And somehow then it doesn't affect the other side of the road there. And, you know, just put in, like, go at least 1 space. Okay, you don't want to just cap it, because it'll just create another intersection there. And trust me, I found out the hard way. Okay, so now, ooh, I really messed up here, didn't I? Yep. That's way off. Okay. One, two. There we go. Buckle my shoe. Now it's in the correct place. Okay. And yeah, 10 away. There. Okay. So let's just go ahead and fix this. And that's done. So now, okay, now that I got the roads, it looks like I got them properly spaced. Okay. So now, let's take a look at things. Now, like I said here, that looks like a nice bright spot, but it's a capacity of 64, 53. So it just, nah, not going to give me what I wanted. And that's why this became the residential side. Over here, 67, 73, not quite going to excite me. 137, that excites me. Okay, so, oh wait, 155 excites me even more. Where was that? 155, 162, 152. So as you can see, you just got to kind of slide it along, find the sweet spot, bang, there goes the gas field here, okay? And so yeah, prospecting, it's all about the prospecting. Now, here's another nice thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a carbon capture. This is dirty business. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The other thing is, look at how, see, that's an 8x8 building. So by going with the 10 spacing, guess what? I get to put carbon capture right in between. And of course, let's put some trees in. Yeah, looking good. So, most of the rest is probably going to be let's see, so 45, no. So my rule is like 100. I like to go 100 or above. For less than 100, it's kind of like, eh. The other thing that's nice about these mining and farms, see, like that's going to be some big time. 177, 154, but I'm not building there yet. So what I want to do is focus on where I am going to build. So big lots, big lots. Now, first things first, what I'm going to do is, I've got an edenium there. So, I'm going to do residential. So first thing that I'm going to do is figure out, I've got 3 corners where I can place arcologies. So let's just say I'm going to place C here. How about if I place B here, and I'll place A over here. Bingo time. Now, oh yeah, I need to do some public transportation. Now that I've got it, I can go ahead and when you see the blue, you know you're connected to underground track. So I come out like that. And just stay along that side of the road. Boom. Now, what I'm going to do is put in some underground stations. So I like to go, let's see, so whoopsie, before I do that, so I'm going on the bottom with the train stations. So what I need to do is detree a couple of there. That one's done. That one's done. There. Now, let's come back here. And so we're going to go along the bottom here. But now we're going to come along the sides here. Here. Whoops. And then here. Now, bus stops. Right opposite the train stops. And this gives really awesome coverage for bus and train service. And then by developing a pattern, it makes it nice and easy to place as well. Yeah, I can wait on that side of the street for now. So, what I'm going to want to do is place a church, and it happens to be time for a mosque. I'm going to place it right here. Bang. Now here's another thing about the 10 spacing. These arcologies are 6 by 6. And then most of these other buildings are 4 by 4. So you see by 10 spacing in between, I can put a 6 by 6 and a 4 by 4 together. Or as you can see, I can even do 5 deep. So now that I've got that done, and then what I would do is I just come over here to, like, you know, clean up. Then what I'll do is retree the avenues. I won't do that right now, but you get the idea, okay? So now let's get back to, now that I don't have to worry about park score anymore, here's another change that Andy made. Let's go over here. Pedestrian alley now only costs $10 instead of $100, okay? Now capacity is 7 instead of 100. Andy actually listened to me about dumbing down the pedestrian alleys so that I can kind of, like, you know, I just kind of like to have fun with it. It adds a little bit of value, you know, here and there. So so thank you, Andy, for listening to me. It wasn't, see, I thought that I was like overblowing the score, and that was why my park score was always 1 instead of 120, or sometimes 0, you know. And so no, it ended up being the arcologies that were messing it up. But still, I think that it's more appropriate at 7 for capacity for these pedestrian alleys, so that they're not overwhelming. Ooh, we got a new type of plaza here, large plaza, and check this out. It's got the flag. Whoopsie. So now I can show my, this is my version. In America, we have from the Revolutionary War days a flag that had a picture of a snake on it, and the caption under it was, "Don't tread on me." So this is my Ukrainian version of "Don't tread on me." Slava Ukraine! Go get 'em, guys. So, political commentary over. And let's get back to building. Now, I mean, I just changed how I do things so much. Used to be in residential, I would zone commercial along the avenues. Now, I decided on something different. Now here, oh, check this out. Now that's interesting. That it's kind of that it's reading backwards. Let's see what it actually is telling us. It should say, okay, those are 4 by 4, 4 by 4, 4 by 4. I should have 76, 80. So I've got 4 by 4s, okay? Could go 4 by 5. I could go 4 by 6. And the cost changes. It's 120 for 4 by 6. 100 for 4 by 5. 80 for 4 by 4. I talked to Andy about this when I noticed that the in the 1.3.0 first version came out that all the lot costs were the same. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop my buildings here. Now, I decided that I like 4 by 4s along my avenues. Okay, so here I could do the same thing. Let's go 4 by 4. No, I want 88. I want 80. So that gives me 4 by 4. So what I need to do is let's come over here. And nope, I don't want any 3 by 4s. So let's just go this way. 80. I'll stop here. I can put a park or something in here if I want. Okay. Now, here's the slick stuff. Whoops, before the slick stuff, I better do the what I really need. Okay, let's put 2 high schools in. Here's a new feature that Andy just put into this C version. A drop-down list of all of the schools. And then I take it, you can you zoom to it? Oh, you can zoom to it. Ain't that tough? That's cool. Okay. Now, let's get back to my high school here. So I gotta level up my staff. What I'm finding is that I usually need 1 or 2 of these per each of these residential quadrants. So now the residential is going to be all residential. Okay, I'm going to put 2 public schools in. Now usually I need a little more than this. But I decided, you know, I'm going to place my stuff down here just so that I'm not placing high rises down here, trying to reduce my traffic. Let's see. So I'm going to need, how about a police? Yeah, I got a park over there. How about I put, I could put a police in here. I could put a hospital in over here. And now usually this is kind of does a pretty good job, but sometimes I've got to, you know, do more. Okay? So, but for right now, I think I'm in good shape, and I'm going to go ahead and just go with this. Now I can start zoning residential. So here, now here's a cool thing. I'm pressing down on the control key. And what I'm looking for right there, 6 by 6, 3 6 by 6 lots. Boom, yeah. Now, could I do 1, 2, 3? So nope, that's not enough. So what I'm going to do here, now here's the slick trick. Can I get, sometimes this works and sometimes it, there we go. Where I can do the, I was getting it where 150, 140. See what I really want, 180. See, what I want to do is go 5 deep. No, I want to go control. There we go. So that's 60. That's 90. That's 90, and then I've got 3 spaces in between right there. So you know what? Let's try this. Come on. Oh, now it just does not want to give, now it doesn't want to give me, whoops. Well, let's just get rid of these. So sometimes, you know, Andy, this is, you know, like I'm trying to show Andy here, I also do these video bug reports. Okay. Okay, 6 by 5. Sometimes I just have to do this one at a time. 6 by 5. 6 by 5, 4 by 5. Now, sometimes, can you give me the, see now I've got the control, there we go. Bang. And so this is really cool, is that you can have variable lot sizes, okay? This is totally cool. Now what am I going to do here? Come and let's just see what we get here. That's, as you can see, you know, and going in different directions will also cause this to kind of do different things. 78, 84, 90, come on, give me, so oh, how about 108? There, nope. Okay, so sometimes you can see, so there's my 36, 36. Sometimes you got to just do it one at a time. What's that going to give me? 3 by, nope. So guess what I'll do here? I'll take out the 6 by 6. And now what I'm going to do is 2 4 by 6s. Now I only have that one space there. So I mean, just you can really have some fun playing with these lot sizes, okay? And you know, I love trees. You know, save the trees. Also to keep the pollution down. And let's just go ahead and tree up here. Sometimes I do walkways, but right now I'm kind of just wanting to, okay, have some space here, yep, and some space there, and let's just, some space there. Now, that gives me the residential. Now, I guess what I'm going to go ahead and do is just, let's do my commercial up here. Now I'm going to run some, here I actually use this little block here to go ahead and split up so that I could get caught up on elementary schools, high schools, hospitals and stuff, and then there's a office building. But I've been doing these like I think 6 deep office buildings along here, or I can do like I did here, manufacturing. So I'm just going to go ahead here, since I know that I'm going to do business. Let's go ahead here. I'm going to do go blue and just do all regular spacing. Okay, there's 128. Oh, I just, you know, except you know, it is kind of funny that yep, sometimes you almost have to turn the thing around a little. So I'm pretty so let's just start here and go like this. 112. Those are all 4 by 4s. Those are all 4 by 4s. I could have even done 4 by 5s if I wanted. And okay, let's just do some more of these. Like I said, I like to do 4 by 4s along the avenues. I can do you know, wider ones if I want. It just gives us so much flexibility. Here we go. Now I can just fill in the spaces, hit the control key, and yeah, I like what I see here. Since I know this is all going to be advanced manufacturing, whoopsie toodles. Now there's 5. Can I get both of them? Ooh, sweet, 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 sweet. Look at that. I managed to nail it. Oh, how cool that was. But it doesn't always do that nice. So let's see. I hit the control. Oh, wow. Okay, so maybe hit the control afterwards. I'm learning as I'm doing the video here. Okay, so let's just go ahead, just for grins, And let's just throw in some walkway here. So nothing like, so yeah, can't go in there. And we'll just come across here. See, it used to be I'd only do like trees here. But now I know this is all going to be advanced manufacturing, so now, okay. Let's go ahead and start some clock. And we are off to the races! Yeah! Holy cow, this has been a long segment. Now, okay, I've got a whole bunch of these warning signs. Can't connect to the road. Do not freak out, okay? Just let clock run. Let these guys build up. Now, I'm up to 7% on the unemployment. And as you can see, let's see, is it going to give me the old, I need more property value here? Nope, could not reach job location. Good enough. So, land value. Look at that, man. Look at that land value, like 294, desired 85. Whoops. So, now what I have to do is I'm just letting clock run. As you can see now, things will slowly but surely get caught up here. Now, as you can see in my demand bar, the simple demand bars, it looks like I need more manufacturing. Okay, so it might be that I will slow down here. I might build a row of manufacturing, 4x4 manufacturing along one of the avenues. It just I can do these kind of things now. So here you go. Let's see. I'm at 591 in population. I started out around 527. So I've gained a little over 60 and just like zoom. And now as you can see, oh man, I forgot to show the, hold on, let's get over here. Oh, I missed it. The air station looks totally cool at night. Okay, totally cool. So I'm going to have to come back here now. So I'm still at 7%. How's my 95, 92? Ooh, this is a perfect opportunity. Okay, hold on a second here. I need some more. Oh, I need more water. Okay, now one of the things that I did is in my spacing here for my highways, I went 8 deep between avenue and highway. This allows me to place a fusion plant here. Now, I have a fusion plant that says production 152,000, and it's basically running out of juice at full steam. Now, Andy said that in this version, he upgraded the fusion power plant because one person wanted him to double the output. So I haven't tried this yet. So let's just go ahead and where am I at? 171,000, and I'm at 9 out of 16. Yeah. Thank you. Whoever made that suggestion, thank you. It almost feels like it's overpowered. Now what I need to do is while I'm at it, I'm going to drop a water plant. And I guess I'll just do 2 pumps for now. Yeah, 2 pumps. And that'll leave me at 84%. Give me a little bit of breathing room. Okay, so let's get back here, and I got that clock running. Ooh, let's try something here. Okay, stop the clock. Andy made another new change. And so since I'm here, what I'm going to do is click on this guy Run clock. Whoops. Okay, now let's see. It should. Yes, there it goes. Ah, hold on. Now I have. This is the only downside is that it doesn't turn as the vehicle turns. Now let's just try to get. There we go. So am I still hooked up to this guy? So now, I can just take this little truck ride here. I'm following the truck around. Now, this is the thing about, just like in Cities XXL, like one of my all-time favorite city building games, the traffic is representative. So they come and go. They don't always reach a destination per se. Now, check this out. I got traffic on the highways. So this is another new thing that Andy is slowly but surely getting the game working. And now, as you can see, I'm still at 7% on the unemployment, still at 591,000. And I'm just kind of running clock. I'm kind of waiting to see, okay, I'm probably going to need, see, now there it's starting to level up. What you've got to do now is just let things go. Here's another new feature, is that we can just click on a building and it gives us this new information screen. And it gives a lot more information out. Now it's telling me that it's at 2048 per square meter. That's what it needs for office value. Now here's my old census tool, okay? So it's showing that my desired is 1024. Oh, my land value is 1348. I need to pump it up to 2048. So I might need to drop a building and place a park or something just to pop it up and stuff. But now we've got a whole bunch of new interesting info screens. Of course, the one sad thing is you can't click on an arcology and get that nice info screen that we're getting here. So so let's see. Office, 4 out of 5. See, Andy, I told you that some buildings, I mean, I can have, here's 4 out of 6. Here's 4 out of 6. These two identical ones actually are both at stage 6. Now, this office, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 3 out of 6, 3 out of 6. Sometimes I'll get identical buildings and they'll be both. So I'm not too sure here. Why are some buildings only going to stage 5 for office buildings and not stage 6? So that's another little bug that Andy's going to need to iron out. Oh, interesting. Now it's showing me a path, where someone lives and where they're going to work. And they're doing it by car. And it's like, gee whizzikers, Andy, that looks like walking distance to me. And I thought you mentioned in some of the release notes for this 1.3.0 series that people within walking range would walk to work instead of drive. And this looks like walking range to me. But I don't know. It just that looks like a short distance. That looks like it should be a walk. And let's just kind of take a look at my stats screen. So now my traffic congestion is 40%. And it also looks like there's a day-night cycle for traffic and stuff. And ooh, my park score still says 120. Yay! So that's now fixed. Oh, that was driving me wild. And I was always sending Andy constant bug reports about, man, the thing doesn't work. How's my economy doing? Okay. Ooh, see, I've got 6.2. What I might need to do is buy some dollars just to see. Now, if I buy dollars and lower my CS, improve my currency exchange rate, it's going to screw up basic manufacturing, which with education it's maxed out. Uh, the exchange rate that I've got it set at, like around 6, should probably give me a positive effect here on exchange rate, Andy. We need something to overcome this overwhelming education, um, um, minus to basic manufacturing plus to education. So, oh, okay, now it looks like it dropped again. So it looks like my supply. Oh, new tables. Here's a demand table. So it's going to give me all my demand bars right here. Okay. And numbers. That's really cool. Here we have a stats screen. So it's showing me different things like the civil rights, freedom, economic freedom, inflation, corruption. That used to be down along the bottom here. Down here we have exports and imports. So supposedly I'm importing 76,000, almost 75,000, and I'm exporting almost 71,579. I'm kind of going around and around with Andy on this, that I think this should be supply. This is what my factories are producing. This imports should be demand. That's what my commercial is asking for. And the difference should be port traffic. Now I just added another port, and it was at 21,000. And now I've added 65,000 in population. But what happened is my when I had 2 ports, I was 21,000. I added a 3rd port, and I haven't added really that much in the way of population and supposedly exports and imports. But now I'm back up at 21,000 again, and looking like I might have to add a 4th port. There is something wrong, Andy, with the port traffic. To me, this should be supply. This is what I'm manufacturing. Imports, that's demand. That's what my commercial is demanding. And the difference of about, what's that, 4,500 right now? That is what should be my port traffic. I shouldn't need 3 doggone ports now. I should still maybe only need 1. You know, I had room for all of them. I made water all the way across the map. Then, when I saw I didn't have many ports for the population, I was like, well, maybe, and then check this out. Totally cool. Okay, I know I'm not going to do another segment, so I'm going to cheat. Come over here. Let's do day-night cycles. Let's do nighttime. Now, light up my little Ferris wheel here. There we go. Ain't that cute? So this is a new park right here, the Ferris wheel. Okay. And then see, I got my sailboat sailing back and forth from. I put in another yacht club over here, and so that they can sail around. And so this is what the city looks like at night. And now, since I wanted to show you, here's my air taxis. Now, I finally figured out how air taxis work. Kind of like the old Brill Cream hair grease commercials. A little dab will do ya. So I only have 1 air taxi for the whole city. And basically, I kept bugging Andy, hey, where's your zone of influence? Like the bus stops and train stations. And I finally, realized, the zone of influence is the whole city. Okay. So now I have 1 of these. It's up to 23,000 passengers. I have a capacity of 30,000. Now I can do upgrades, 2 more upgrades, and it will actually grow as I upgrade it. So that's pretty slick. So I think this is going to be a wrap for this episode. I didn't expect to be yakking so long. But I think I'll probably do another episode, because what I want to do is fill out the city more so that you can see how the highway system looks now. The way I've got it spaced out with um, see, I'll have buildings on the right side here going, but as you can see now, there is traffic flowing on the highways. Like I said, there's like one more big update coming sometime next month, and so hopefully that's where we're going to see some cool new buildings and stuff. But Andy's been developing the game and developing and fixing bugs, man. I mean, he puts out like a zero version, and then there's like in this 1.3.0, he did a B and a C update in less than a week, and so yeah, as new bugs are creeping in, he does an update, and then he tries fixing it. Unlike some companies who might take months, like New City. So yeah, I'm really beginning to love this game, and I hope that my videos will help inspire you to take a new look at it and to try different cool things with the new features that Andy has added. Until my next video, I hope that all of you have a great time.